you like to start? Hi, hello, my name is John Diddens, and today I'm going to be talking about one of my close friends and how he's not in the room today, but he's always, he's just close friends, and he's not had the best of life, and I just want to talk to you a little bit about him. So my friend's in bad shape. I know it's kind of out there, but he's homeless, and he doesn't have anywhere to stay, and as I know, all throughout his life, he's only had 2 houses, and so he's always been homeless most of his life, and it's just, he's in bad shape. And then the next one, or another point about him, I don't know anything about his childhood. I know 2 things about his childhood. That's where he was born and what he was born in, and then one thing that he did as a child. Other than that, I don't know. And I don't know what year he was born. We don't really know how old he is. He's in bad shape, and we don't know. Another thing is the only money he's ever got is this is where women that are friends with him and gave him a little bit of money. Other than that, he's never had any money. He never has any, he's never had any friends, or he had a few amount of friends, but he's had a bad life. He's not in good shape. And he's a great guy. Most of the time, people hear homeless and they think, oh, they're homeless for a reason. They're homeless because they're addicted to drugs or because they don't want to work or just all this stuff. And that's not always the case. My friend, he's probably, anytime, for example, anytime I'm around him or other people that know him around him, makes him feel so much better. They automatically feel better, and it just puts a smile on my face thinking about him. And then I know our relationship's really close. I know he would die for me, and I know that, and it's cool to have that close of a friend. And the next is he's one of the best listeners I know. I can literally talk about him, talk about anything to him, and he's always listening, and he's always there for me, and it's cool. And then the last one is he gives great advice. Always, the advice he gives me is amazing, and I always know when he's there and he's gonna give me the right advice. My friend is Jesus. So just thinking about it real quick, he was homeless, and he didn't ever had any life. He never had any house. He was born in Bethlehem in a manger, and we don't know what year he was born. We don't know how old he is. It's pretty cool just to think that he's homeless, and all them things I said about him, he's homeless, and he never had any money. He never had anything. Only people that support him are women, and that's Jesus. And so the only thing we know about him is he was born in a manger in Bethlehem, and then he moved to Nazarene as a kid. And then the only other thing we know about him as a kid is when he was 12, his parents found him at a temple because he didn't have anywhere to go, and that's where he was at the temple listening to the preachers. Other than that, we know nothing about his childhood. And then the only money, as I said, the only money he ever had, he never worked, he never had a job, but the only money he ever had was by women that supported him, and that's the only money he ever had. That's how he was supported. This is just a few examples of how he is my friend. So as I said earlier, he's always there, and he's always supporting me, but I'm never lonely with him. So anytime I feel lonely or I feel down, he's always there, and he picks me back up. And I'm never sad, I'm never upset, I'm never angry, I'm never any of those things when I'm with him. It's just he always picks me up and he builds me up and he makes me feel good, as I said. And if you truly have a relationship with him, he's gonna make you feel good too. He listens to my every care, my every need, my every want, anything I want to say to him, he's always there listening to me. So that's just another reason how it makes me feel good. And then for the advice, he always gives me the right advice I need, and he always gives me when I'm struggling and need to know what to do, and I just have to ask him, and he always lays it on my heart, or tells me what I need to do and how I need to do it. And then as a kid, I struggled with love. I struggled with feeling loved, and I struggled with just family issues, and I was always alone, and I didn't know what love, unconditional love meant. And then when I accepted Jesus and I really got to know him, I do. And now I get emotional thinking about how I know nothing I do and nothing I ever will do will take that love away. And that's Jesus. That's how much he loves us, and that's how much he loves all of us. Don't matter if you have a relationship with him back or not. As other people's friends, there's just a few stories, and I get these out of the King James Bible, which I have here. He keeps people calm through the bad things in his life, such as the story in Mark chapter 4. It's in verses 35 through 41. There's a storm going on, and people wake him up, and they're freaking out. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? And he's like, oh, don't, just stay calm. We're fine. I'm here with you. Everything will be fine. So he keeps people calm through the worst parts of their life. Other thing he does is he washes his disciples' feet. So he washes his best friend's feet. Let's just think about it. Like, raise your hand if you can't stand feet, because that's me. I hate feet. Like, it's absolutely disgusting. Then you think about back then too. They didn't have soap. They didn't have baths really. They didn't have showers. They had the nasty shoes. You know how bad they stink, and he still washed their feet. So that's pretty cool. That's in John 13, chapter 13, verses 1 through 17. And the last one, he shares what little he has. So you're thinking about it. How many times in the Bible he shared his food, or he shared his clothes, or he just shared anything with him, with anybody. And it's pretty cool that he'd share something like that with us. If you want more about him, I brought a bunch of these little Bibles, and I'm not forcing anything on you. If you want to have one, you're welcome to take one. I'm not forcing you. If you don't want to, it's not going to hurt my feelings at all. But if you do, they're right there, and read that, and it'll tell you anything you want to know about him. So the last thing, I want to read something out of the Bible real quick. It's John chapter 15, verses 13 through 15. And this is just him saying, truly saying about a friend and what he is as a friend. He says, "Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. Ye are my friends, if ye do whatsoever I command. Hence why I call you not servants, for the servant knoweth not what the Lord doeth. But I called you friends, for all things that I have heard of my Father I have made known unto you." So, when I say Jesus, people think, oh, he's server. He's someone that we're supposed to serve. He's someone that we're supposed to do exactly what he says. That's not it at all. That's not my relationship with him. That's not at all what the picture is. The picture is he's a friend. He's someone that's always there for you. Someone that gave his life for you. He's just someone that wants to be there for you, and that's it. And then he is our friend, and that's how he treats us. That's how he views us. He doesn't see us as a servant. He sees us as a friend. So my call to action. I started off this, and I said that I was going to ask y'all to take in this homeless person and invite him into your house. And that's not the exact, obviously that's not exactly what I'm doing, but it is. And I'm not asking you, I'm not preaching at you, I'm not asking you to take Jesus and that's the only right way. I'm just trying to persuade you and have you think about it. And if you don't know, I'm not forcing anything. That's not my purpose at all. But I'm just trying to get you to just maybe think about it a little more, maybe ask me or ask someone that you're close with that you know does it, and just talk to someone about it so it can be more like that. Again, I'm not forcing anything. And then I talked about the homeless, and there's a verse that fits kind of like that, the homeless person. It's Revelations 3:20. It says, "Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come to him, and I will sit with him, and he with me." So all you have to do is, he's knocking, he's always there, he's always wanting in, but all you have to do is let him in once. And I promise if you do make that decision, it's something you'll never regret. So I'm not forcing anything. If you want to talk about it after class, come talk to me. I'm perfectly fine to talk. I love talking about him. He's my best friend. But then, if you want a Bible, come see me. I'll gladly give you one. Thank you very much.